Let's take a look at Greenstrawberry's 1/5/37 scale hangar bay for the USS Enterprise Refit. Inside the box, we get a bag of resin, a package with decals, also an instruction sheet, and a PE fret. The first thing we'll take a look at is the instructions. At top, as usual, they'll show you all the pieces that are in the kit, and the red parts show you where you're going to take the pour stubs off. Then they have the icon key. This way you know what they're talking about while you're looking at the instruction sheet. And then it goes into the build, showing you how to put the decals on, and it also shows you the parts that you're going to be building for the front of the deck. Once you're inside, it'll show you more about the decals, which pieces you're going to use. There are no replacement parts because this is going to be a new piece inside your 1/5/37 scale Enterprise. And here we have our decal sheet. The decals look pretty good, and there's a texture to the decals, and I'm not sure if they did that on purpose to make it feel like a no-slip deck for your hangar bay. If they did, that's pretty cool. You have also decals for the shuttles on the side, and then some added decals up top that are going to go on the walls as placement as extra detail on the interior of the hangar bay. And here we have our Photo-Etch sheet. I think the most difficult part for beginners is going to be the part number 2, and that's trying to make the cylinders, and that's right here on the left-hand side. Then we also have railings and girders for the extra side pieces to give it more detail, and the bent ones in the middle will open up to make it look good. And then we have more girders on the bottom, and these are the back pieces of the shuttle bay that you can light up. The first piece of resin we'll take a look at is the landing bay deck. This is towards the aft end of the ship. It's just a smooth piece that we're going to put our decal down right here and lay the piece in as per the directions. Just be careful, it is a thin piece. You don't want to snap anything, and especially when you're taking off the pour stub at the end. Here we have another plain piece of resin, another thin piece, so be careful taking off the pour stubs. We're just going to put our decal on here. Piece is a little warped, but warm water will take care of that. And this is the rear upper deck of the front portion of the shuttle bay. Again, we have another thin piece of resin here. This is the ceiling to the front portion of the shuttle bay, and you can see they left the slats. This way you can light it, and you can see that little bit of bend. Be careful again, the pour stub is really close at the end. You want to make sure you're careful not to snap this piece. This piece is the rear entrance to the rear of the shuttle bay. It's a nice opening. This is your pour stub and has some added detail. There's nothing on the back because you're not going to see that. You're going to be looking straight down the throat of the shuttle bay, right through this piece, and hopefully see some detail and lighting. The piece I have here is the ceiling for the rear of the shuttle bay. You can see the openings. This way you can light it up and hopefully see that right down the middle of the ship and see into that rear shuttle bay. They did add greeblies to the ceiling for added detail, which is pretty cool, but I doubt you'll see that unless you got a little camera in there. These pieces are the left and right hand walls of the shuttle bay. They're made exactly the same. They're going to prop up the top by putting them to the side like that. And you can see the nice recessed panel line and windows that are in these pieces, and also the ribbing that they have. You can use the decals supplied, or you can try to hollow out the back a little bit to get lighting through those windows. This is the very rear of the shuttle bay. It's just a detail piece. You can see the ribbing and slats up top, and then in front they got the little X's to give it a little added detail, and some windows it looks like could be there. And of course on the bottom is your pour stub. Nothing on the back because it's the end of the ship. And these are your rear shuttle bay left and right side walls, very nicely detailed. You can see the platforms on the wall. They got nice little recessed detail at the bottom, and you're going to also add your girders and your railings on these pieces over here, and they did a really nice job on these. And our final piece is the shuttle bay entrance that you can take off the piece on the kit itself. You're going to have to remove the pour stub, but be careful. These side fins are very, very thin. They can snap very easily. So when you're taking things off, be careful. Our PE is going to go on the sides over here. You take off this pour stub, and hopefully from the back you can thin it out or drill a hole, and you'll be able to light those up and add some more detail to this part. This is a pretty cool kit from Greenstrawberry. If you're looking to get extra detail out of your kit and want to go that extra mile, then yes, put your shuttle bay in there, have a good time. Don't get too frustrated, it'll make it look good. If you're looking for this kit, you can find it at greenstrawberry.cz and a whole bunch of other kits that they have for different sci-fi and fantasy builds.